On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard, right around the 31. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Now it's Miller, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Come on, let's go!
Watson now to throw. Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, look at 56.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Run, we got 3.
8 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Here we go now. 3-19. Detroit.
Little motion now from the tight end. On 2nd down, Cook. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll be a loss of 1. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run with their fullback. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. This one from 35 yards away. And Forbath will put this one through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Now Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Here's Watson. He's gonna fire one deep, middle of the... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Vikings coming out here again to take over on offense, and this is a crew, obviously, that was so close, Charles, to becoming the first ever team to play a Super Bowl in their own stadium. So disappointment in that last game against Philly, but overall, I think they've got to be pretty pleased with the season.
They have to be because they put it all together. Won the NFC North. How about that win over the Saints in the divisional round? I mean, I don't know that they'll ever top that in terms of getting something done late in the game, especially with what was on the line. They do get Dalvin Cook back at running back next year. I think they'd still like to have a little more speed at wide receiver. But all in all, this team comes back pretty well intact and will be a force for a while.
Yeah, that defense is pretty set.
Very much so. I mean, they try and move the ball against their front and then try and throw it against Xavier Rhodes. Good luck to you.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. And now a carry here for their fullback. And some space here. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Now's a good chunk of yardage picked up there. And big fella, sometimes he doesn't need a whole lot of space created. He can make his own way.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Let's go!
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will make it 6-0. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Ohio! Here we go!
They keep it with Miller on first down. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, That'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Out of the pistol look, it's Miller. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Here we go.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle.
Here we go.
They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he finds his man, Griffin. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Here we go.
A handoff. Running left is Miller. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go.
Again, it's Miller. And he's got some space here. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And some room to work. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Come on, let's go.
They'll try the right side here with Miller. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Here's a give to Miller. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Watson trying to get his guys moving.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And they'll give Miller another crack. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Come on, let's go. 190.
And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So we would have figured that one to be 3 points in the bank, but this game, it can be unpredictable at times.
Yeah, he knew he needed to pull it ever so slightly to get it going in the right direction, but he seemed to put a little too much on it, and from short range, that is a bad miss for an NFL kicker.
They start the drive with Cook, and he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 12-yard line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Again, it's Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Snap came at 1. Keenum. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's 3 yards. Now it's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Everson Griffin able to drop him for a loss of 4. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one. No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play? Here we go on 4th. Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Bruce Ellington, 34 yards. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And that one puts them on top here in the third. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They run it again with Cook. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Now McKinnon. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
But last year, I'm not sure we saw very many of those runs, did we, from the Vikings? I mean, they had the poorest rushing attack in the league.
Just 75 yards per game, but carries like the one we just saw, that'll help bolster that average.
Yeah, certainly, and they tried to beef up the offensive line in the offseason, brought in Latavius Murray, and then drafted Dalvin Cook out of Florida State.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here's McKinnon. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll run with Miller. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Back now at the home of Super Bowl 51, NRG Stadium in Houston. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on! Ohio!
They'll try and run some clock here with Miller. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Let's go! What?
Looking to throw. Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. The play clock's running down. Now Miller. He's had a big workload here tonight. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Time running out here on the play clock.
Let's go! What?
Back to throw. Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. On 2nd down, here's Watson. He's got Fuller. And a good hit there and knocked down hard. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Let's go! What?
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Come on, let's go!
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. The Texans on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Here we go.
One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved the defensive.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.